started explaining that हाँ भैया मैंने भी देखी है white साड़ी में और लाल फेस है and वो हवा में उड़ती है सोफे पे बैठती है. He's like तुमको पैसे चाहिए, तुम बदतमीज लोगों को पैसे चाहिए. And then yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Aarambh original Humans of IISERB podcast. This episode is in association with Science Council. Now you know why I'm here. But today we have a very special guest. I suggest you all get your books and pen ready because this person loves to talk about science. So much so that he used to catch stray juniors during lunchtime to lecture them. F to those juniors. So just don't be surprised if he occasionally gives a suggestion or two. Everyone's heartthrob back at that time. Here to capture a few more hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Kunal Sharma, soon to be Dr. Kunal Sharma, I guess. So for those of you who do not know him, he's a 2016 graduate from IISERB with a BSMS degree in physics. More importantly, he was a Science Council secretary from 2012 to 13. He's pursuing his PhD at Louisiana State University at the Department of Physics and Astronomy and is currently working as a graduate research assistant at Los Alamos National Laboratory, sitting in the same building Feynman did. While at IISER, he's done various projects and internships at UC Berkeley, IISER Pune, and did his MS thesis at HRA Allahabad. His research interest lies in quantum computing and machine learning. And you can find all the papers he has authored if you go through his website. So when not coding and watching YouTube for the latest software updates, he's usually plotting the next mission to obliterate humanity. So I could go on and on, but let's just get to him already, okay? So welcome, Kunal Sharma. Thank you for agreeing to be a part of this podcast this early in the morning. So how are you? And how has lockdown been treating you?
Thanks for having me. And yeah, it's quite early. I did not sleep well. Uh, I'm doing good. I mean, lockdown hasn't been that bad for me because I'm a theoretical physicist. So I just need pen and paper and laptop so I can work from home. But yeah, things have been crazy. I'm more worried about COVID situation in India and then riots in US right now. So let's see how it goes.
So let's get to knowing you better.
Cool.
You're currently a research assistant at Los Alamos National Laboratory. We all know how it was the hub of scientific research during World War II, right? So how do you end up being a research assistant there? Like, how was your journey?
Yeah, so last year, so I think two years ago, they started this summer school on quantum computing. And the summer school looked very exciting because they had like courses or lectures for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And after that, they decided to assign projects to students. So I applied for this and they like selected 15 students out of 250 students all over the world. And then I really enjoyed it here because, first of all, there are mountains here. I really love mountains. And the atmosphere, the scientific atmosphere at the lab is really great. So our group is really, really great. It's very friendly. You can ask any questions and then you can give any suggestions. And they never treated me as if I'm a PhD student and they are like scientific, like whatever position they have here. So when they considered me as colleague and I thought, okay, I should again come back here. So again, talk to them. And this year, since January, I mean, I've been working here and I'm here for like 7 months. So I'm doing a long-term internship with them.
Okay, wow. That's very interesting. You say you like mountains and your hobby is rock climbing, right? So how do you come about it?
Yeah, I mean,
where did you get
also,
introduced?
Yeah, so at LSU as well, we have the bouldering wall in the gym. So I started doing it there, but I did not continue really. But when I came here, I have a very good friend who's a postdoc here. So we both decided, okay, we'll be doing it regularly. And it's so much fun because you forget about physics, you forget about work, and it's like it's zoning out completely from work pressure. and you have this goal. Okay, you have to climb the wall, and then you also have this fear that you might fall, or you can like injure yourself. So yeah, that's why I like it, because you can completely zone out.
Yes, yes.
And
So,
obviously it's good for your health. Like it's a good exercise.
right, right.
Yeah.
So, so this question is of particular interest to me.
Hmm.
Being one of the very initial Science Council secretaries, how was your journey? You were also part of the very first Singularity in 2014, right?
Yeah.
So before that, there were just scattered events. So how does it feel like to thread together and organize a complete fest, that too for the very first time?
Yeah, I mean, it was very funny just because we did not have funds, and we did not have clue where to bring funds from. And convincing director and then other faculty members was not easy that time. And we also wanted to have crowd, right? Like I said, how
Yeah,
many
yeah.
people did we have? Maybe like 400 students at that time. And
Mm.
like we had to pull students, like literally knocking at their door or just calling them and
Uh,
cursing them. And and the other part was, so to have crowd, we thought, okay, maybe we should try to invite school kids, so that it's like
mm.
we are promoting school kids for science. So we literally had to like take bus from IISER to the main city, and then take auto and then go to schools, talk to principals, and they didn't know anything about IISER that time. So when we used to go and say, "Oh, hi, we are from IISER and we are conducting this blah blah thing, and we want to invite your students," and they are like, "Okay, we don't know who you are," and it's like it took time. It took like months to convince them. Um, but yeah, I think it was a collective effort, and finally it could be done. And now when I see videos when people are like doing it on a grand scale, both singularity and enthusiasm, so I feel really proud.
So, tell us some of the most embarrassing or memorable moments you've had with your professors. Yes,
Okay, that's
that's
sure.
a
I
lot.
mean, maybe yeah, maybe I can pick up two. So one of
Okay.
them was like he was our physics professor, and maybe I should not take the name, but I can just say that he was an experimentalist, high energy physics. And
Okay.
he came from Sun. We were like so excited. Oh wow, there is some experimentalist guy from Sun. That's so great. And so he was going to teach us nuclear and particle physics. And then we were like, okay, this is going to be so good. Someone is coming from Sun. And he started teaching us, and it was a disaster. And I mean, I have a very strong opinion about these things. I feel that courses are really important, because that's when you are like introduced to these important concepts for the first time. So it should be taught by a proper person, like someone who really knows it, so that he can
Hmm.
make it interesting and condense the big syllabus properly. And that's why I was like always going to HOD or other professors who were like who could like decide who should teach what. And
Oh.
I tried convincing. I mean, after teaching, after he taught us for like 2 weeks, I tried convincing HOD and then Dr. Amber that we should change. This is not going to work. Like, it's going to be a disastrous semester. We'll not learn anything. And I can understand their problem, but that we had limited faculty members. So after like 2 months of complaints, I decided, okay, I have to do something. So in the class, he was not even teaching from his material. He used to just bring slides from other universities and then was teaching. And I could see that he didn't know what he's teaching. So I just asked in the
Mhm.
class. I raised my hand. I said, "Can you explain how to go from second equation to third equation?" And he was like, he freaked out and he was like, "Okay, hey," he was asking other students, "Hey, can you answer this?" And I had already told my friends that you should not answer if I'm going
Hmm.
to do this. And then I just said this, that these are the exact statement. At least you should be able to explain this. And
Ouch.
then and then there was chaos. But
Okay.
it was a funny thing, because that time I thought that it's the right thing to do, and I got highest marks in the midterm exams. And in end term, when you go back home right after end term, and
Hmm.
he ended up giving me a C. Like I never had C in my whole
Okay.
physics curriculum. But at the end, he won in some sense. But yeah, if you really want to raise points to the physics department, still raise this point that courses should be taught in a proper way by assigning proper faculty member for, especially when you are in like third and fourth year,
Yeah.
because those are very important courses. You will never learn those if they are not your research area directly. And it's good to have good command on the basic concepts of physics so that you can connect dots. But then, yeah, he
Hmm.
ruined it. And let me just share the second incident. It was with director, and it's related to the science council, so that's why it's
Okay.
important.
Yes.
So maybe you're aware of the weird incidents took place when my batch was handling Enthusia. There was like some fraud thing going on. They wanted to call
Oh,
Arijit Singh, and like six lakh of directors fund was spent on it, and there were like very weird things going on. So I mean, director was already pissed off, and one day he was giving like the public lecture, like the student body lecture, and people were like whistling, hooting, and he didn't like
hmm.
it, so he just threw away all the papers.
What?
And
Okay,
after
harsh.
just 1 week of that, we were supposed to get funds from him. And
Right.
Bradish, if you know Bradish, and I went to him,
Yes.
and I'll say in Hindi how he responded. He's like,
Hmm.
तुमको पैसे चाहिए? तुम बदतमीज लोगों को पैसे चाहिए? And then yeah, it was like, oh, I looked at Bradish, I was like, what did we do? And but yeah, we had to take it, and we, I think, convinced him through with the help of Dr. Kashyap.
Being a science institute and having a science fest, but because like I don't see a lot of institute have science fest per se, so it's
Yeah,
it's a very unique concept, and I think
yeah,
it's
and
good.
I think credit goes to my seniors, like two, three batches before me, because they were the ones who like created the framework,
Right.
and then we were like, okay, and slowly, it's now at the stage where you guys are doing. Yeah.
Yep. Amazing. So you were part of the 2011 batch of IISER Bhopal, am I right?
Yes.
So IISERB was in its very nascent stages, wasn't it? And you were one of the very
Yes.
fortunate, or might I say unfortunate, people to live in both the ITI campus and the Bhori
Oh
campus.
yes. Yeah.
So Bhori campus was still being constructed and must have looked nothing short of a ghost town back then, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
So, like in the middle of nowhere, like why Bhori? So we still have a lot of ghost stories and conspiracies making their round. Are you
Yeah.
aware of any stories that made rounds back then?
Yeah, I mean, there's one story which was started by me and my friend. So the story goes as follows. So we were, I think, coming from ITI to Bhori, and there was one guard sitting in front of us on the seat, and he was like talking to his, I don't know, manager or officer that, oh, I cannot work at that location. I'm very scared. I cannot work at that location, and the location was just behind the main lecture hall complex. And that area was
Okay.
like, no, I think there was no canteen that time, or maybe like behind canteen there was no buildings.
Ah.
And then we were very curious, like what's happening, like why is he so scared? So at midnight, so my friend Kapil and I, we went to lectural complex, and there was some other guard there, and we were like, और भैया कैसा चल रहा है? And he's like, सर सब सही है, क्या हुआ? And we were like, भैया कुछ गड़बड़ है क्या यहाँ पे? लोग डर क्यों रहे हैं? And then he started explaining that, हाँ भैया मैंने भी देखी है एक वाइट साड़ी में, और लाल फेस है, एंड वो हवा में उड़ती है, सोफे पे बैठती है, सोफे के पीछे जाके खड़ी होती है, ऊपर चली जाती है एक बार में. And then we were like, okay, this is so fun. So yeah, we went to hostel, and then we have a big crowd from Kerala, right?
Mhm.
So we started telling it to our Malayali friends. And if you tell to Malayali guys, then it will definitely go to Malayali girls. And once it's once it's in the girls' hostel, then there's no way you can stop it. So boom. And then there was it was funny to see people walking at midnight or 1 a.m. around the campus in groups to see if they can find the ghost.
Because they're scared of walking alone, huh?
Yeah, and also like I mean there were many people who really wanted to find out like what is going on.
Hmm.
And the another part was, I think later on I got to know that guards were spreading it. Like guards told us, just because
Ah.
people used to go in like construction buildings or bushes for
Ah,
whatever
right, right.
reasons, and there were
Hmm.
like snakes on campus, and it was like guards' responsibility to handle all those things.
Oh, okay. Let's say it was for a health concern.
Yeah,
Sure.
you can say that. Yeah.
So basically, you were the origin of all these ghost stories, huh?
Yeah, guard people made us do it, and we just found it very funny. We should do it.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course, of course. You just spread it, right? That's all you
Yes,
did.
that's it. That's it.
Ghosts are creepy and gives you chills. Yeah, I understand that. But you know what's creepier? Quantum mechanics. I mean, like a
Hmm.
lot of people find it weird and think it's a physicist's nightmare. So, what was your reaction when you first studied QM? I mean, all those concepts, vague symbols. What was your first reaction?
Oh, yeah. Again, I think as I was saying, that plays a big role who is teaching it,
Yeah.
and we were really lucky that Dr. Amber taught us like modern
Okay.
physics course, and that's when you introduce quantum mechanics, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think he has a great style of teaching, and even also like taking exams and giving assignments, very good questions, and in exams also very good questions. So I really enjoyed it, and before Dr. Amber joined, I was like, I don't know if I made a good decision by coming to IISERB, because the physics department was not that strong in theory. Like we had Dr. Suvankar and other people, but not many people. And
Hmm.
let's say if you didn't want to work in high energy or string theory, then there were no one else, right? Condensed matter people were there, and Dr. Ambajan came, and then he taught us this course, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to work with Dr. Amber. So yeah, so I mean, I did not feel scared just because it was taught properly, and then we could understand the like whatever. I mean, it was linear algebra in the beginning. I mean, there are still weird things with measurement. What happens when you do the measurement?
Yeah.
But if you accept it, then it is not that difficult, I would say.
Yeah, right, right. So what was your motivation factor to doing research in quantum computing? Did you decide to do it like right in the beginning, or like was it developed over the years?
Yeah, so that also, like when I was in first year, I was thinking that maybe I should do projects, and then based on that, I should judge or I should work on. And since, as I said, there were not many physics faculty members in my first year, I was doing mathematics project work with Dr.
Hmm.
Ajit Bhan and Dr. Kashyap,
Okay.
like
Huh.
reading group theory and topology. And
Yeah.
so, and then when Dr. Amba came, I was like, I was very scared because, I mean, he has a personality. Like, I was not very informal with him. I was usually I'm very informal with people, and I sent him an email, hey, can I work with you? And he was like, sure. And he himself told me that high energy physics is good, and you can definitely do it. I can see it, but I think let's try to learn something new.
Okay.
And he gifted me the Bible of quantum computing. It's a book by Michael Nielsen and Ike Chuang, and he gave me the book, and I used to read like chapters and go to him and discuss with him. And at some stage, I read more than what he read from that book, and that's when he asked me that you should go out and explore other options. And that's when I went to
Hmm.
HRI. And then there is still so much to learn in that area, and it's still so exciting. The one nice thing is that since it's a new area, there are still many exciting questions to answer, which you can answer.
Okay, that brings me to the next question. What science fiction do you think quantum computers could enable in the future? I mean, yes, we're still a long way from realizing the full potential of quantum computers, but one could still question the endless possibilities, right? Time travel, teleportation, genetic modifications. I mean, that just seems to be endless possibilities. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we are already doing teleportation. So people have conducted experiments where I think I don't know the exact number, but they could teleport the quantum information over hundreds of kilometers.
Yeah.
And it's not the science fiction teleportation where if I'm just sitting here, I'll just reappear somewhere else. But it's of this. I mean, okay, let me try to explain in the simple words. Suppose I'm sitting here, and if you
Hmm.
really teleport me, there has to be some person, either dad or whatever, like some body on the other side, and
Okay.
whatever properties or information that defines me,
Okay.
that will appear in that person without sending any information, like the quantum
Okay.
information.
Oh,
But
oh.
then as soon as that information goes to him, I'll be dead here.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
that
all
that is
right.
what that is what quantum teleportation is. It's not the way they show in Star Trek.
Oh, okay. That's
so so
pretty
that's
interesting.
so so that's something we are already doing. So that's not something futuristic. That's already happening. But I think quantum computing in near future, it's very difficult to make any bold claims because we still don't
Okay.
have ideal devices. By ideal,
Yeah.
I mean our quantum computers are still very noisy. So even if
Hmm.
this spits out some answer, we don't know if it's a right answer because it's a very noisy answer.
Young aspiring scientists.
Yeah, so I find it very funny how your perception changes with time. So when I
Hmm.
was undergrad, just like everyone, you read books, you do assignments. But I also felt that, oh yeah, assignments are like too much pain because you have six courses, you have to do assignments for everything.
Yeah.
And that's the wrong attitude because if you're really going to do physics or whatever science PhD, your only goal is to do like solve problems. That's the only goal. That's it. There is no other goal. So whatever things we read from books, that is just to gain the knowledge of what people have done already. And we just try to copy it sometimes so that we understand it, right? To solve problems. And
Yeah.
my main message is that once you have read it, forget about that and then try solving problems because that is the thing which is preparing you for research. If you don't
Yeah.
like solving problems, don't do research. Period. That's
Okay.
the final statement. Yes.
So,
I mean, this is something I'm speaking now. I did not realize it 5 years
yeah,
ago.
right, right. Yeah,
So
of
that's what I'm
course.
saying. Like, yeah, it changes with time. Yeah.
So, I think that brings us to the end of this round, although we have a very fun round coming up. So, for this round, you'll have to answer honestly and just jo bhi man mein
Honestly.
aaye, basically.
Okay.
So, okay, yeah. So, the first question, what's the best and worst fast food of IISER?
Oh, wow. Best. I don't know. I used to eat Szechuan rice a lot
Okay.
because I like spicy food and they used to make it very spicy.
Yeah.
Worst. I don't know. Worst. I mean, mess food was worst many times.
Have you had any weird or embarrassing stage performances?
Yeah, I mean, I'm such a bad singer, right? And but everyone thinks that they can sing
Are you?
for sure. Yeah, I'm a bad
Okay.
singer for sure. I mean, never trained and always singing in bathroom. Um, but then I think it was Onam and my Malayali friends, they knew that I know one Malayalam song,
Mm-hmm.
and they encouraged me. Okay, yeah, you should sing. It's fine, even if it's bad. So we had a good singer, Ginu. Yeah, her name is Ginu.
Okay.
I guess I'm right. Yeah, her name is Ginu, and she
Sure.
sings well. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Yeah, and
Hmm.
then I sang this song. Should I sing it? Should I
Yeah,
tell you
yeah,
which
sing it,
song?
sing it. Oh my God,
Okay.
tell the song and sing it.
Yeah, it's like Kannini Manile, and it was sang by Shreya Ghoshal.
Yes, go
Uh,
ahead, sing.
Kannini Manile minni tiripole and manasake. ಮೊನ್ನಿಲನಯಾವೆ ಪ್ರಿಯನುದೆ ಚೆರುಚಿರಿ ಇದಲೋರು ಪುಲರೊಳಿ ಎಳವಿದರುಗಯೋ.
Who would you like to give the title of Best Junior?
Oh wow. In what sense?
Someone who made an impression in your life? A
Yeah,
junior.
maybe Shreya Gupta. I mean, I spent quite a good time with her.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Name one council in which you had least interest. And why? And why?
So what all councils do we have? Cultural, science,
Yeah,
arts?
cultural, science, fine arts, and literary council. I don't know if this was there back then, but environmental and social initiative council is also there. So
Yeah, I mean,
sports council too.
yeah. Maybe, I mean, I'm not against it. It's just that maybe I didn't spend much time with the fine arts council.
Okay.
So yeah,
It's
I mean,
all right.
it was fun to watch all rangolis and all the activities they were doing, but I was never involved in it.
Yeah, right. So, okay, next question. Oh, what was your most surprising or unexpected election result? Like, what was the most surprising election result you came across? It could be yours or someone else's, but yeah.
I mean, in my case, actually, my senior was standing against me, so it was
Hmm.
Sanket from my one batch above me, and
Okay.
I think overall when yeah, before the elections, I think I have a feeling that everyone in IISER liked us, like each of us. I did not. I mean, there could be people who didn't like us. I mean, I don't know, but then it was like equal, and I think I won just by 50 votes or maybe 30 votes, and it
Okay.
was quite close. So that means that, and I got to know that some people from his batch voted for me, like even his friends voted for me. So that
Hmm.
was very surprising. But then we already had decided that, I mean, we were very good friends. So even if he had won, I would have become his uh, what is the post? Is it second? No,
Vice
vice
secretary?
secretary. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then he became my vice secretary, and then we moved on from there.
Okay.
That's it.
Next question.
No, wait.
Um.
Let me do Akansha first.
Oh, okay. Wait. Fakansha's watching.
Yeah. Hi Akansha. So I watched your video, like, and then I was like, okay, yeah, yeah, that's it.
Okay, so this one's fun. So you have to give a professor's name for each
Mhm.
scientific term I say. So I'll be
Oh
saying
wow.
a
So
scientific
I
term and
will you also tell me the column for the professors because I might have forgotten names.
oh no, I mean just say any professor that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Like
All right.
I'll tell you. So I'll be saying a scientific term, and you'll just have to tell me a professor whose characteristics match that scientific term.
Oh, I
That's
see.
it. Okay. So the first one, excited electron.
Oh wow. Um, I mean, I can only say from physics, but maybe I can say from other
Yeah.
department.
Okay.
Maybe Saptarshi.
Okay. All right. You don't have to justify though. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Concentrated H2SO4.
oh my God. Hmm. I don't know. Maybe Adarsh. Doctor Adarsh. I
Okay.
should put
Wow.
doctor. Yeah, I mean, after this is the issue. Like once you come to US and then you hear you just call everyone by their names. Yeah, but Dr.
Yeah.
Adarsh, Dr. Saptarshi, because I don't want to like hurt the sentiments of our Indian professors.
I One thing of IISERB that you miss the most.
Um, yeah, many times I feel, yeah, when I was in IISER, like at 2 a.m., I'll just go and knock someone's door and just talk to them, irritate them. Especially like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm always hungry. That's like one thing about me. I'm always hungry, whatever time it is. And I did not have things in my room. So, but then every person who is coming from Kerala always has banana chips or
Yeah, right,
or something
right.
else. And okay, I can make it funny. So when in first year, if you used to go and knock at their doors, they would happily give me, and it was so nice. I was like, man, these people are from different planet, right? It's like uh, God's own country or whatever you say, and they would just open and give me, okay, take it, and then go back to sleep.
Okay.
And but then since they were living with us, obviously they also understood how to behave
Yeah.
badly and
Oh.
how to curse people. So whenever, I mean, I think I remember in my third year, if I used to knock at 2 a.m. at their doors, I could hear Ma Bhen coming from other side that
Oh.
don't irritate me. Did you understand? Like the curse word coming from the other side.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. So,
Yeah, but yeah, that's something I really like, that you could. No one was lonely there because there was someone else to irritate you, and yeah, that was the best part. I think living in hostels, everyone misses. Yeah.
oh, okay. So, what's your most memorable hostel experience? Do you recall
Um,
any?
I mean, we used to play cricket inside the hostel, and then it was even banned because people were afraid that someone might get injured. But we were continuously playing. We used to play carom board a lot. I was good at carom
Um,
board, so we used to play carom board a lot.
then this is just a weird question though. Which Science Council secretary would you like to brutally murder?
Murder? Oh wow! Why so intense?
I know.
I mean, if I want to murder anyone, I would murder the whole humanity.
Oh yes, of
So
course. Of course. Your philosophy, right?
yeah. So I mean, because crazy things are going on, and I don't know if we really deserve to survive. There's no point anymore. I feel
Okay.
this is just a philosophical discussion, but yeah, I would not murder one person. If I want murder someone, then it will be everyone, including myself.
Okay. That's a very good ending note.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it's going in
thank you,
the wrong
Kunal.
direction. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you, Kunal, for joining us, and thank you, Kunal, for agreeing to attend this. It's. I mean, I agree. It's early in the morning for you, but thank you.
Yeah, and I had a lot of fun to recall everything, and I think I've spoken all weird stuff, so I hope students will enjoy it.
So, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
thanks for having
and
me.
please tell everyone to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast.
Yeah, so maybe I should say in Hindi because then it makes it more commanding, right? Yeah, I mean, like karo, subscribe karo, and what? Comment karo, and
Subscribe
nahi
karo, share karo.
share karo, and yeah, you should promote it so that other people also come on the podcast, and it's useful for you guys, and we are having fun. So
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, thank you, Kunal, and have a good day.
you too. Yeah, thanks for having me.